Joy is not a reward for perfect circumstances, but a skill of the heart that transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences through the simple act of paying attention. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about mastering the art of finding joy in every moment of life. Enjoy. There's a secret that the happiest people in the world know, and it's not what you might think. It's not about having perfect circumstances, unlimited resources, or a life free from challenges. The secret is this: joy isn't something that happens to you when everything goes right. It's something you can cultivate and discover in any moment, regardless of what's happening around you. This isn't about forced positivity or pretending problems don't exist. It's about developing the art of finding genuine joy in the texture of everyday life, in the small moments that make up the vast majority of our experience. By the end of this episode, you'll understand what true joy really is, why it's different from happiness, and most importantly, you'll have practical tools for cultivating joy in your daily life, transforming ordinary moments into sources of deep satisfaction and contentment. Let's start by understanding what joy actually is. Joy is different from happiness in important ways. Happiness is often dependent on external circumstances. You feel happy when good things happen. Joy, on the other hand, is an inner state of contentment and appreciation that can exist regardless of your circumstances. Joy is deeper, more stable, and more accessible than happiness because it comes from within rather than from without. Joy is also different from pleasure. Pleasure is temporary and often depends on getting something you want or avoiding something you don't want. Joy can be found in simple presence, in awareness itself, in the miracle of being alive and conscious in this moment. You can experience joy while washing dishes, walking to your car, or sitting quietly with your thoughts. The art of finding joy begins with presence. Most of us spend so much time thinking about the past or worrying about the future that we miss the richness of the present moment. But joy lives in the now. It's in the feeling of your breath, moving in and out of your body, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the taste of your morning coffee, the sound of laughter from another room. One of the most powerful practices for cultivating joy is what I call micro-appreciations. Throughout your day, pause for just a few seconds to notice something beautiful, interesting, or pleasant. Maybe it's the way light filters through a window, the comfort of your favorite chair, the smell of fresh air, or the feeling of warm water when you wash your hands. These tiny moments of appreciation add up to create a foundation of joy in your daily experience. Another key to finding joy is developing what researchers call savoring, the ability to fully experience and appreciate positive moments as they happen. When something pleasant occurs, instead of immediately moving on to the next thing, pause and really take it in. Notice how it feels in your body, what emotions arise, what thoughts come up. This practice amplifies the joy available in positive experiences. Joy can also be found in simple activities when you bring full attention to them. Eating becomes a source of joy when you really taste your food, notice its textures and flavors, and appreciate the nourishment it provides. Walking becomes joyful when you feel your feet touching the ground. Notice your surroundings and appreciate your body's ability to move. Even mundane tasks like folding laundry or organizing your space can become sources of satisfaction when approached with mindfulness and care. The practice of gratitude is fundamental to cultivating joy. When you regularly acknowledge what you're thankful for, you train your mind to notice the abundance that already exists in your life. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or challenges, but it means developing the ability to see the full picture, including what's working, what's beautiful, and what's worthy of appreciation. Joy often emerges from connection with other people, with nature, with something larger than yourself. Take time to really connect with the people in your life. Listen deeply when someone is speaking to you. Notice the humanity in strangers you encounter. Spend time in nature and allow yourself to feel part of the larger web of life. These moments of connection can be profound sources of joy. Creativity and play are also gateways to joy. When you engage in creative activities, whether it's cooking, gardening, writing, drawing, or any form of self-expression, you tap into a natural source of satisfaction and delight. Play, whether it's with children, pets, or in your own imaginative activities, connects you with a sense of lightness and wonder that is inherently joyful. It's important to understand that finding joy doesn't mean avoiding or denying difficult emotions. In fact, the ability to experience joy often comes from developing a healthy relationship with the full spectrum of human experience. When you can be present with sadness, anger, or fear, without being overwhelmed by them, you create space for joy to coexist with these emotions. Joy can even be found in challenging moments when you shift your perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you might ask, "What can this teach me?" Or, "How might this experience contribute to my growth?" This doesn't mean being grateful for suffering, but it means looking for the seeds of wisdom, strength, or compassion that difficult experiences can plant. The practice of loving kindness, sending good wishes to yourself and others, is another powerful way to cultivate joy. When you genuinely wish for the happiness and well-being of others, including people you find difficult, you create a sense of connection and warmth that naturally generates joy. Simplicity is often a pathway to joy. In our complex, busy world, there's something deeply satisfying about simple pleasures and simple activities. A cup of tea enjoyed slowly, a conversation with a friend, a walk in your neighborhood, time spent reading a good book. These simple experiences often contain more joy than elaborate entertainment or expensive purchases. Joy also comes from aligning your actions with your values. When you live in a way that feels authentic and meaningful to you, when you contribute to something beyond yourself, when you treat others with kindness and respect, you create conditions for deep satisfaction and joy to emerge naturally. It's worth noting that the art of finding joy is indeed an art. It requires practice, patience, and gentle persistence. You're essentially training your mind to notice and appreciate what's already good in your life, while remaining open to the beauty and wonder that surrounds you every day. Start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire life to begin experiencing more joy. Simply begin paying attention to moments of beauty, pleasure, connection, or satisfaction that you might normally overlook. Notice how it feels to really taste your food, to feel grateful for your health, to appreciate a kind gesture from someone else. Remember that joy is not a luxury or something you have to earn. It's your birthright as a conscious being. You don't need permission to experience joy, and you don't need perfect circumstances to access it. Joy is available to you right now, in this moment, if you're willing to open your awareness to it. The art of finding joy in every moment isn't about being happy all the time or pretending life is always wonderful. It's about developing the capacity to find meaning, beauty, and satisfaction in the ordinary moments that make up most of your life. It's about recognizing that joy isn't something you have to chase or achieve. It's something you can discover right where you are. When you master this art, you don't just improve your own life. You become a source of light and positivity for everyone around you. Joy is contagious, and your ability to find delight in simple moments can inspire others to do the same. In a world that often focuses on what's wrong, your commitment to finding joy becomes a gift to everyone whose life you touch. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.